Hello, Sagittarians. This is Karen, the Forest Empress, and I am here with your May 1st through 15th readings. I have pulled 3 cards for each the first 2 weeks of May, and then I will pull a fairy oracle card as well as an animal oracle card. And before I get started with the reading, I just want to say thank you for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I read all the comments, and I'm just blown away by how amazingly supportive and loving everyone has been, and I just really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. If you would like to learn more about me, I actually did put up an introductory video on my channel, which goes into actually what I do aside from tarot card readings, which is write books. So, and actually it ties into our reading because I've chosen the fairy and animal oracle cards for our reading, and that actually has to do with the fantasy series that I write, and I will show you one of those books at the end. It has to do with enchanted forest where there are kingdoms of magical beings like fairies, and fairies are in there too, that live somewhat harmoniously with kingdoms of animals. So I will show you a book at the end. If it's something you're interested in, you can watch that introductory video to learn more. Let's get into your reading, Sagittarians. The first thing we have coming up in the first week of May is the 8 of Swords in reversed. This is a reminder to not be your own worst enemy. And if you are feeling frustrated, do not take out those frustrations on other people. I would suggest to look inwardly and take some time to get rid of all the chatter around you, because that can kind of affect you, and it can stop you from being objective in whatever dealings you're coming across in your life at this time. Don't place unrealistic restrictions on yourself also, because Sagittarians are so otherworldly in a lot of ways, and they are so expansive, and they have so much potential to just really expand out with whatever they're doing. And so So don't bring yourself down. If you have negative thinking or restrictive thoughts, try to get rid of those as much as possible, and focus in instead on what you're grateful for, what you are great at, because Sagittarians are great at so many things, and they're all about higher intelligence, higher learning, philosophy. So think about all those things that you have going for you. If it seems like there is something frustrating at the beginning of May. The next card we have coming up in the first week of May is the High Priestess in reverse. You could be frustrated about a hidden obstacle, or someone who you thought was your friend who is turning out to maybe not be your friend. This could be coming out in the first week of May. Another thing that this could be saying, because the High Priestess deals a lot with secrets and things that are kind of below the surface, be discreet. And even though you have these beautiful high goals for yourself that are so attainable for you, don't reveal those goals to others. So stay off the social media if you can't help yourself, or just until you've gotten far enough into your goal, don't reveal what it is to other people, because you don't want people negativity getting in the way of that, and that could be coming in with the 8 of Swords. So just remember to keep discretion if you can. Now, the next thing we have coming up in the first week of May is the King of Swords upright. This could be someone that you're coming across in the first week of May, or if you have, if you yourself embody some airy energy of the King of Swords, if you have some air in your chart, that you could be harnessing that energy in the first week of May. This is a person. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be a very strong and powerful woman, but in general readings, it could be either, but it's probably a man. This is someone who's intelligent, wise, logical, and can keep calm about themselves, and is very careful with their words. This could also be a need for more mental stimulation, because Sagittarians are so expansive, and they are so philosophical. You don't want to limit your thoughts, because I can't even think of that saying right now, but you could be needing more mental stimulation in your life. So if there's a friend or somebody, maybe this King of Swords person, if this isn't referring to you, if there's somebody that you like to bounce ideas off of, without, of course, revealing too much about yourself or about your goals, or if it's someone you trust, you might want to actually bounce those ideas off of them. But you know, if there's someone that you can talk to that really just stimulates your mind, that you can have that wonderful back and forth with, I think it will really kind of clear your head and help you have better insight to any frustrations that could be coming your way. But I don't think those frustrations are going to last very long, because in the second week of May, the first card that we have is a beautiful card, the Sun. So it is your time to shine. This is all about glory, success, happiness, joy in your love affairs, pleasure, vitality, great health. So if you, and you know, if you are like, hey, I don't feel very healthy, this could be a reminder to pay more attention to your health if this Sun card comes up. But in most cases, it's going to be that you are in a good place health-wise in the second week of May. This card also has a lot to do with children. So you could be finding out that you or someone close to you is pregnant. Maybe someone that you know is pregnant is going to be giving birth in the second week of May. Or there could be something important with your children coming up. Maybe your children are the one that is causing those frustrations. But that this is saying that, you know, whatever they are, it's something that the sun's rays are going to shine through and over. And it's not something that's really going to be bothering you for too long. Second thing we have in the second week of May is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, you could be feeling a little bit exhausted, or you could be having a loss of faith in love, just based on, you know, your relationship or lack thereof. This is a reminder to keep, you know, realistic expectations in love. You know, don't put that person too high up on a pedestal, because you just set yourself up for disappointment. And this could be an existing disenchantment in a relationship. So maybe you need to go, if you're in a relationship, go out on a date and rekindle that love, or remember what it is that made you fall in love with that person in the first place. Or if you're in a new relationship and you're feeling disenchanted, maybe this is your red flag to walk away. So, you know, it could go either way, and that's really up to you. And I would use your intuition on that one. Now, the last card we have coming up in the second week of May is the Three of Wands in reverse. This is the need to see the truth in a situation. So it could be about this disenchantment in the relationship, or it could be in your business or creative venture. Even if you don't want to see the truth, which sometimes it's easier to just pull the wool over our eyes and be like, no, I'm not going to deal with that. It's better that you do see it, because then you can deal with it. And actually, Sagittarians are great with just being blunt and getting things done. And just, you know, they have that kind of attitude of like, let's just do it. Let's just power through it. And so that is something, some energy that you could be harnessing in that second week. Just because, you know, the inability to see the actual truth in a situation can actually hamper your results. So sometimes we need to really come to terms with things so that new doors can open up and we can get rid of that old crap that's lying around that we don't want to deal with anymore. Let's just remove it from our lives and make way for the new, beautiful, better things that are completely set to come into your life. And try not to be too stubborn, especially with your independence. Sagittarians are very independent and they don't like to be held back. My husband is a Sagittarius, and this definitely applies to him. I have 3 planets in Sagittarius, so I can be this way too. Just watch out for that stubborn independence, because you don't want it to actually be hampering the results of what you would like to be coming to fruition at this time. Let's pull a fairy oracle card, and then we'll pull an animal oracle card. So let's see what messages the fairies have for you Sagittarians. So this is interesting, and this should not be hard for you Sagittarians at all. This is ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. So while you are not revealing your goals to people, you could be revealing what you actually need out of relationships with people. So in regards to business, in regards to a love relationship, make sure that you are very clear with what your intentions are and what you expect out of this relationship, what you would like to get out of it, because you will actually see better returns in that way, because then people aren't trying to guess what it is, and then when you guess, there's too much room for failure there. So you would rather just, you know, be very clear, and if you have to be blunt in saying what you need from people. or from the universe. And you have to be very specific when you're asking for things for the universe, because, you know, there's always that saying that, like, you could say, oh, I need more money, and then you find a penny on the ground and the universe is like, well, I gave you money, but you need to be very specific about what it is you want. Like if you're trying to pay something off, say, I want the money to pay this off, and how much is it? And so when you're setting your intentions out there, just make sure that you are being specific. Let's see what animal is coming through for the Sagittarians in the beginning of May to provide strength and insight in your first 2 weeks. Come on out. Oh, this is a great one. The elephant. And this is all about resolve. So this could go along with saying what you need. You will overcome any obstacles. So any frustrations, if you feel exhausted, or if those hidden obstacles come up that you didn't see coming, it doesn't matter, because you are going to handle it like a champ and you're going to come out successful. An elephant, oh my gosh, this is just such an amazing card to get, because elephants are so majestic, so powerful, so spiritual in a lot of ways. And I'm like getting chills as I'm talking about the elephants. Like sometimes when I talk about elephants, I want to cry, because they are just such beautiful, amazing creatures. And to have them on your side for these first 2 weeks is absolutely amazing. So harness that elephant energy as much as you can in these first 2 weeks. And I don't see anything that you cannot overcome. So thank you for watching. Just really quickly, I talked about my books. Let me just show you one of them. This is The Falling. It is book 1 of the Forest Spirit series. I write under the pen name T. Damon. The second book is called The Haunting. It is also available, but I suggest you read the first one first if you're interested in that. And the third one will actually be out this summer. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And in the meantime, take care in these first 2 weeks of May, and I will see you for the end of May. Thanks, Sagittarius. Bye.